first of world.
There's your fucking take.
Sorry, I came out a little hot.
Yo, dude, I mean, relax.
The youngest and the tightest.
Hear me out.
Pump the brakes.
This isn't a cult.
You stupid motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Welcome back, YT Gang, to another episode of DJVW. Oh, Jay.
Yo, you know what I did?
What did you do,
I
dude?
went back and I watched some of our old episodes.
Yeah.
And boy, was that tempo just like, so this was our week. And then and now like I listen to our shows and I'm like, geez, the energy levels up.
Yeah, dude.
You
Because
know,
we're a couple professions.
we're bringing it.
Professional
we
baby
are
boys.
bringing it.
We are. We're bringing you the heat, and you goddamn should be grateful because we're bringing you the heat every episode. Dude, let me ask you something.
What's up?
Was it a planned thing? Or was it, like you said, it was a little last-minute thing where you showed up at the boys' job the other day?
This is what happened. I got a call from the office, and they were like, hey, Crazy House called. They have this many rims they need picked up.
Shit ton of rims. Yeah, we had a shit ton.
And then I was like, well, I don't really have much room in the truck. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to go see Dave, right? So I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'll take half, and then another guy could come and take half or whatever. And he was like, yeah, sure.
That's
and
the noise
then
you made.
I got there. I saw everybody. They were in a good mood. The weather was nice.
It was a
Everybody
beautiful day.
Yeah, everybody was good.
The lantern flies were out in mass.
Oh, you got to call somebody about that, dude.
We called them,
You
and
have
it doesn't like they'll come, they'll do something, and the next thing you know, like a week later, there will be.
Then you
more.
got to keep calling them. That's your civic duty because I think they have a nesting spot at
for
your
sure
building.
They do. I want to say real quick, just to interrupt. It's strange because you remember when they were talking about lantern flies, and it was like you might see these things.
Oh yeah.
Now it's the predominant bug that I see.
It's
It
just
is the
like
most-
vid.
Yeah, it
just
is.
like the vid.
It's
I remember
everywhere.
being at like the gym and me and Tristan are hanging out getting a session on.
Yep.
And I saw like 6 cases in California. And then I was like, this is going to be nothing.
Yeah,
Watch.
I said the same thing, dude.
And here's the world we live in now.
Yep, lantern flies and COVID.
So
go
anyway,
on.
I was going to your job because I
Yes.
wanted to see you really.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's Wednesday. Dave should have the YouTube done. I just want to check on him.
Yeah.
So
Keep tabs on him.
It was Friday actually, right?
Yeah, it might have been Friday.
It was Friday.
Yeah.
So we got there, and then I saw, just everybody around
You
the
came
shop.
in hot.
Yeah, I
You
came in
hot.
I
It
was
was
like, all
fucking
right.
funny.
I came in and I was like, is the YouTube done yet? I have to go to your job
And
to make
I
sure.
love it because I was sitting in the chair with the laptop
Yeah.
in front of me, and I spun it around. I was like, "It's right here, dude." But you came in like I'm chilling. I'm disheveled because I got strep earlier in the week, and I
You
had
did
to
not
recover.
you didn't look bad.
I looked like
You
shit.
had a
looked like a
hoodie
cutie
on.
pie because you had a nice haircut and your little shirt tucked in and
Yeah.
everything, and you just looked proper.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn it!" The boy came and he showed up,
Yeah.
and I look like shit, and I'm
Profesh.
sweating, and I
Yeah.
smell bad because when you're sick and you start sweating, it's like your hands smell bad and shit.
He had the hoodie on that I gave him a long time ago.
Jiu-jitsu hoodie.
The hand-me-down king.
That's right.
So, but it was just kind of nice seeing you. It was nice seeing your boss and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it
then
was
I
cool.
wound up burning the guy that was supposed to get the other half of the rims because I wound up being able to fit all 40 of them on.
Yeah, and you told him to go fuck himself.
So I called the guy. I was like, hey, go fuck yourself, Matt.
Yeah.
And he was like, ooh, I hate you, but I love you.
Ooh, I hate you, but I love you.
hate ya.
That's beautiful.
And it
was a nice
just
little
good.
way to end the week.
It was honestly, the weather was beautiful.
Yeah.
I got to see one of my best buddies.
It was great.
I
It
got
was
to make
great.
some good money on a Friday. I was
Yep.
happy. It was just a good start to the weekend,
The
man.
next day, I worked 9 to 9. I worked 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on a
What?
Saturday.
Honestly, I don't know why you do that.
Well, because I was out because of strep. So I was out for 2 days,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't take that L, so I had to go. Had to go
The
to work.
more I work, the more I understand things like taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no difference between whether I make $3,000 or if I make $2,400. It's almost like I'm bringing back the same thing
After taxes, because you go
If
into
I
a
make
new tax
$3,000,
bracket.
I bring home like 22.
Yeah.
If I make like 25, I
Yeah.
bring home like 21 and change. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's my understanding. The more money you make, you go into the next tax bracket,
guys,
and they totally fuck you over.
That's every week too.
just
that's not-
saying, just putting that out
That's
there.
not a bi-weekly check.
Just
all right?
putting that out there.
I'm just saying.
You know what?
just saying.
Speaking of finances, I went to Wawa this morning, and there's people behind the counter. They're just arguing with each other. I don't know too much about it. I just know Biden passed some bill where it's like $600 or more of a transaction, and they're allowed to look into your account and see what you're doing. And these two people are just going at it. And
Is
I
that
thought
on the Venmo or something like
it's
that?
Venmo, Cash App, everything. So any
no, they're being monitored heavy now.
yeah, you know what the cutoff used to be? 10 grand.
Yeah.
And they dropped it to $600,
Yeah.
which is wild because you're talking about just average schmucks. But I thought that was entertaining, watching these Wowinians go back and forth about it, right? Wowinians. Then I turn around and I see something even more entertaining.
Yeah, I know. I ran into that same guy.
He called me over. I couldn't see him. I didn't know where the voice was coming from.
Hey.
Yes, it sounded very much something about a lollipop guild. I was a little thrown back, and he's like, "No, sir, I'm offering you. You could buy them at the checkout. Lollipops are right here." I said, "Oh, okay," because he was a midget.
He was.
He was a midget.
Ran into that same midget, and he was buying a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Couldn't help myself.
Did he buy shorties?
Couldn't help myself.
Did he buy Newport shorts?
I said, "Hey, I heard stunting your growth."
Oh, no!
And he was
you told him smoking stunts his growth, dude?
He said, "You're a real funny guy."
Whoa! He said, "Why don't you go get a massage?" But was
he
that
said, "No." He said, "Jimmy Palumbo's my cousin.
Yo,
why don't you go get a massage, guy?"
Have you heard anything from the Jimmy Palumbo, kind of extravaganza?
No,
that
he
went
doesn't.
through?
I mean, what's he gonna do?
He's gonna keep his mouth shut.
I would imagine he's gonna hire somebody to beat me up.
You think he listens to the show?
No, I don't think he listens to the show
I know
because
he
there would definitely have been a retaliation for that.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I think at the end you said you felt bad, and that
I did. I really want to apologize. That wasn't cool. That was not cool of me. I'm usually way more fun than that. It was my fault. I'm the one who kicked it up.
Yeah.
That was not his fault.
And you have a way of riling me up too. We're doing the show. You're riling me up. I didn't realize when I said it. I went back when I was editing and I saw it. I threatened to kneel on his neck.
You sure did.
I threatened to kneel on his neck.
And you started calling him fat, and I'm just I'm like, he's not that fat. What are you doing? And then you were like, okay, I'll let it go.
Yeah.
I see you. It's making you uncomfortable.
Look, man, if you have a beef with somebody and you whip me up into a frenzy, I don't have a good measurement on how hard I got to ride for you.
Yeah.
So I go all the way.
You ride hard.
I go all the way. I say, I'll kneel on his fat fucking neck. I'll kill him where he stands.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't mean that.
But he's not fat, and you're not going to kneel on his neck.
And I would never kneel on his neck.
This is
he
all
can't find it.
hyperbole.
He doesn't really look like he has a neck. I wouldn't. This is just things that I'm saying, and I would never do that.
It's got a turkey neck.
It doesn't have a turkey neck on him.
So anyway, the same day that I was at Wawa with that little person, the cigarette.
No, go ahead and say it.
There was
Go ahead and say the word.
What? He already said it.
Now go ahead and say the word.
Midget?
Midget! Go on, Wawa midget.
A little person.
Okay, fine.
He's a little person.
But he's the same, worth of...
You're punching it home when you say midget.
Well, I'm not punching down. If I think he's my equal, I'm not punching down, all right?
Well,
so go on.
So during this whole midget thing that happened at the Wawa, I turned around, and this one guy, this Italian guy, he's like, "Hey, ma'am, can you do me a favor and leave some room for milk?"
Wow, dude.
And then
you won't say midget, but you'll do that offensive.
No, sure will.
Because Italians aren't people.
Because they don't give a shit.
They're barely people,
They're
dude.
people.
They're barely people.
So the guy's like, "Ma'am, can you please leave some room for milk in my coffee?" And he goes, he goes like this. The guy flicks off the mask and goes, "I'm a man." And he was like, "Oh, dude, Jesus,
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jesus, Santa Monte Cristo, I'm so sorry."
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
He was like, "It's okay, man." He's like, "I get it," because the guy had long hair.
Yeah,
beautiful long hair, kind of bunned up in the back.
Yeah,
and with the world we live in with the masks, it's hard to tell on some people. It's like, is that a pretty man or is that just an average?
Or is that a trans woman?
Yeah, or it could be a trans woman because there's a couple at Wawa.
If you want to see all the trans people in New Jersey,
Wawa and Starbucks.
Because all they hire is exclusively trans people. When we were at the Renaissance Fair, there was a trans person ahead of us in the sledgehammer thing.
Yeah.
When that dude came up and was like, "Fucking dead ass B about your plague doctor outfit and your Timbs."
Yeah.
And I saw her standing there. It was a very lovely lady.
Well, the guy felt obviously super embarrassed. The guy behind the counter, I'm sure he felt embarrassed. He's probably like, "God, I just want to cut this shit off."
Yeah.
God damn it. Thought I was a chick, man.
Hey, man, the masks have made the world a little confusing. Even without being able to pick up facial cues, it's a little confusing. You don't know exactly how people feel.
Well, I didn't have anybody think that I was a woman, but I was in
well, you got a set of cheeks on you.
I sure do. I was shaking them earlier.
That's fucking damn right you were, bro.
I was in ShopRite, and I'm there. It's right after the gym, so I got a tank top on my short shorts.
Yeah.
And this
tiny shorts.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah, that's right.
Nut huggers.
Letting them fucking thighs show.
This nice old black lady she's buying. I'm in the frozen food, right? Because I'm making stir fry.
Okay.
So I need the frozen peas and carrots.
That's
okay. Because when I go to a Chinese restaurant, I do not want peas and carrots in my fried rice.
Right.
But
when I
make it,
why is that?
I want peas. I don't know. I don't know.
You use sesame oil?
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
I use
just
a little
asked
chili oil sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
Your boy could cook.
Can you? You can throw down?
Sure can. Grill, stovetop, however you want it, baby.
I haven't had to cook in a long time because my wife fucking cooks for me.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't want to bother.
me.
I don't want to bother my old lady with that.
Well,
I got this one.
yeah.
I'll take care of this one. So I'm in the shop, right? This nice old black lady's next to me. She turns to me and goes, "Oh my goodness! Why did you do that to your body?"
Why did you do that to your body?
And then I said, "Hey, ma'am, I don't know. It's just, bad decisions made at an early age." And she goes, "That was a terrible decision."
Damn, bitch.
What the fuck? I was like, "You're really twisting the fucking
Yeah,
knife."
man.
I said, "Hey, Aunt Jemima, why don't you
Whoa,
back the fuck
dude,
up?"
you can't call her Aunt Jemima, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Remember that picture I sent you of my aunt's doorstop?
Oh, that
my
was so
aunt
racist.
has a doorstop.
I want to put that in here so bad.
I'll post it.
It's so racist. I want it so bad.
You know what?
It's like an Aunt Jemima figure.
Not for nothing. We might get flagged if we post
For that, yeah, I
'Cause
think
that
that'll
is
probably
very
That's some
offensive.
old school.
That's a mammy
racism
shit.
It
yeah.
is a mammy. It's
So-
a mammy, and she
so-
holds the door open. She got her hands on her hip.
I told the lady, I was like, it's just bad decisions made at an early age. She's
Sure.
like, "That was a very terrible decision, young man."
Fuck you.
And I said,
and that's when Jay's
okay,
patience ran thin.
No, I'm like, okay, she's still going at it. Then she said another thing to me like, "I just don't understand why you would do that to your body."
Bitch, I'm just here for frozen. Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, yeah, ma'am, I get it. And then I ran into her again on the way out, and she looks at me once again and goes, "I just feel so bad for you."
Yeah. And then
I
you
was
push
like,
kicked her into traffic.
I was like, "You know what I feel bad for? You haven't lived through the 60s. That's a bad feeling."
You didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
He's like, damn, dude.
I'm not going to insult the nice old black
well,
lady.
she's not a nice lady. She's telling you look like trash.
No, kind of, but she was very sweet, and she
call
was
you a
saying
honky? You fucking
she said something about, she called me, it could be like the name of like a guy she knows. She said Jim Crow.
Okay.
Does anybody know what that means?
She said, "Listen here, mammy."
She goes, "You Jim Crow," and I was like, I don't know who that is.
I don't know what that is at all.
But anybody who out there who gets that joke, it landed.
It landed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so. It
Well,
was
you deserve that.
Midget and Wawa. Guy behind the counter, not a woman, and then it was old nice black lady in ShopRite for me.
It was a cultural experience.
That's kind of how and I met Dave Friday, and that's kind of kicked everything off.
It was a beautiful week.
It was a good week, solid week, man. I ain't complaining. Your boy, I did good. The house is coming together.
Ah, my God,
my
man.
brother-in-law, shout out to my brother-in-law, came in and he just did fucking work yesterday.
That's awesome.
So me and my dad were putting the cabinets together. I'll show you guys some pictures. We built the island and this butcher block. Hilarious, right? So my father-in-law, all his tools are from like 1937.
Nice.
Somehow he keeps everything. He doesn't throw anything out.
That's a hoarder.
So, sure is.
Okay, yep.
But it's a well-packed
okay. Yeah, I can't knock a hoard that's well kept.
So he goes, "Here." I'm like, "I need a circular saw, Pop."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Here you go." And then he gives me
It's
one.
a manual.
It is from 1950 something. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Is
it's
it
from
a
the
crank?
70s. No.
Okay.
You can't just crank a
Oh,
fucking
you can.
circular
The old
saw.
ones used to crank
Really?
them until they
Okay.
get to max speed, and then you could lay them
then
down.
you, hit a little piece of cord
Stop
around.
again, yeah.
So I'm like, I need a fucking thing. I need a circular saw. Gives me one from 1976.
Sweet.
And then he's like, "I got that one. I got a Black & Decker." They don't make Black & Decker anymore.
No, they
that's
don't.
not a real thing. The only people who know about Black & Decker are old people.
Sure.
And I am one of.
Sure, I remember
You
Black
know?
& Decker. They made
So-
grills too, panini grills.
Yeah. So he gives me the. Yeah, they
bro.
did.
They made panini grills.
Yeah.
They made presses, bro.
I think toaster ovens
Yep,
too.
yep, that's right.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah,
that
they
company-
did.
that company doesn't
They made a
exist
bunch
anymore?
of shit.
I know all the
So,
kitchenware end.
They made all the kitchenware and they made power tools.
That's right.
Anything with a motor. You
Pretty
know what
much
I'm
anything
saying?
that spins.
So he gives me the circular saw.
Yeah.
I get it to the house. Now the butcher block is like a 2-inch butcher block.
Nice.
So my dad, he's like, "Jesus Christ, how old is that circular saw?" And I was like,
Old as you, Pop.
You know, Mr. B gave it to me. You know, he's got some old tools over there and
Sure.
stuff. So he goes, "All right, let's see if this baby will do it." So we fire it up and it goes and stop.
I knew it.
And stop. I honestly think that if it was going like, I could have Caught it.
Would you just stop that bitch with your palms?
You know, like in like movies where they catch the swords.
How dare you, bro? Beggars can't be choosers. Mr. B hooked you up.
Yo,
you can't look a gift horse in the face.
I know, man. It was very nice, and I appreciate him lending
the sentiment. The sentiment.
But I need tools from preferably the last 20 years.
Please,
something, something.
Just
from
give me a
last
fucking
a Milwaukee, a Ryobi. I'll
anything,
take anything from the last 20 years.
Yeah, 70s is kind of there's an expiration date on that type of shit. 70s is making it.
Yeah. So my boy came through. My boy Steve from Lionheart, and he brought. Swear to God. So you see this giant like circular saw that I had from the 1970s, and then my boy Steve comes in with the battery operated. What's the yellow
Sawzall?
brand? What's the battery?
DeWalt.
DeWalt. He comes in with a little battery operated DeWalt with the 6.5-inch blade, not a 7 1/4 for any of the man out there. They get it. So I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna cut because that 7 1/4 couldn't cut, and he goes.
This thing's got balls.
It's gonna cut.
Yeah,
it's gonna cut.
Walt's
It's from the last
nuts.
5 years. It'll cut.
It's got nuts.
So he gives me the fucking thing
a
and
lot
just
of lithium in this battery,
like butter, bro.
Yeah,
just
that's it.
Battery operated.
Don't tell Mr. B though. Don't tell Mr.
No,
B. You thank him profusely.
I appreciate it, Pop,
That's
but
right.
it just didn't
How old do you
work.
think he is?
Him?
Mr. B, yeah. Mr. B, the guy that hooked you up with the bad saw.
My father-in-law?
It's your father-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got
okay,
two
I'm sorry,
Mr. B.
misunderstood.
So my
Yeah.
dad is Mr.
B,
Bauman.
yeah.
My father-in-law is Mr. Bellinage.
Gotcha. And he's an older gentleman?
Yeah, they're right around my dad and him are right around the same age, like 62, 64,
Okay, all right.
65, right
so
around
he got
there.
it when he was born?
He
And
got the
that's fine.
saw
There's
when he
nothing
was
wrong with
born. His father gave it to him, and his father gave it to him.
There you go. And so don't disrespect that saw.
No, that's right. I will one day inherit that circular saw.
You know, you've had a very stressful, having a home.
To
buying
my
a home,
son-in-law, I bequeath my circular saw.
Is it bequeath or bequeath?
I don't know.
But yeah, man, speaking of shit that happened, that came to pass, we talked on a prior episode about Dual Survivor, and I wish we
told
could've-
you guys.
Dude, I couldn't understand the magnitude of what you were telling me until I saw it for myself.
I tried telling you guys when it happened. He even thrust it.
So to break it down, we talked about Dual Survivor. There was a guy on that show who, at one point, is a Discovery Channel show, stabs a boar with a spear on camera and then finishes it off with a knife.
Wait, first to set the
Yes.
set the mood here.
Yeah.
Set the scene. He snares the pig.
Yes.
So he gets it in a snare.
Which was impressive.
So this thing starts.
Yes.
Yeah, like crazy,
Yes.
dude. I was wondering who was going to cough
It
after
hurts.
the pig.
That hurts.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
So he was like, wait,
Yeah,
and the pig starts freaking out. Joe Teti hears this.
Yes.
Go ahead, Dave. You just
I cannot even explain to you how much of this I was not ready for. Do me a favor, Marco. Pull it ahead because I don't know that we can show this. We'll probably get pulled off
Yeah,
YouTube.
Discovery does not play around.
But for those of you who are interested, the title is Spear Hunting Joe Teti, Teti, Gets a Boar. And
You could also Google Joe Teti, adrenaline boner,
Adrenaline boner,
kills
dude.
animal for fun.
Please look this up. Please.
Yo.
You guys got to look this up because this is the most insane fucking video I've ever seen.
All right, let's also remember that these guys did this, and they're only trying to feed two people.
Yes.
This boar is 180
no,
pounds.
Dude, they're not trying to feed two people. All right, so leave it pause. There's no reason to kill this boar on television.
It's 180 pounds.
Not only that, but you guys are fine. All right, Bear Grylls always has staff.
Cliff bars.
They're right there. There's a fucking staff right off camera all the time. These guys are not in danger. They're not going to starve. There's always a camera crew nearby. There's always a fucking emergency thing to pull. They can get out of there.
What is it called? There's craft services behind.
There's craft services. Bear Grylls never actually has to drink his own piss. He does it for the views.
Yeah, they
And the
straight up.
taste.
And the taste, because it's good, all right?
Because it's sterile.
It's
and
got
he
a
likes
little
the taste.
nuttiness to it.
So he straight up murdered this animal. This guy murdered this animal.
Can we make sure that the volume is up on this? The audience won't be able to hear it, but we'll be able to hear it on the TV. Hold on, I got the remote right here.
Oh, you're about to make this thing wee.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, here we go.
Why has it got no volume? Oh, there we go.
Here it comes.
All right.
Let's
Make
hear
it
this.
big. Full screen it, baby.
Okay.
So here we are.
So
Joe
here
Teti, he sees it.
Okay.
He's spotting it through the brush, and he's waiting for it to become entrapped
The
in his
adrenaline
snare.
is building.
This guy is, if you don't full screen this shit, I'm going to bust, bro.
No, don't full screen.
It's gonna be a bad picture.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'll be a
fine,
bad
fine.
picture.
All right, ready? Here it is.
Here comes the pig sniffing
180
around.
pounds? You think it looks a little small?
It's probably about 150, 100,
Okay.
100, between 100 and 150.
right.
Okay, so here it goes.
Here it goes.
He's about to
gonna walk
snare
into the
him.
snare.
Got
Boom.
him.
Professional
Here
snare.
we go.
Good
Snared
job.
him.
Sprinting in with the spear.
Fucking knocking down bamboo trees. Oh, gee.
Oh!
The big snap.
Dude, did you see the way he pulls it out to show the camera, like, and this is what's happening next?
He pulled out that knife like fucking Michael
And that's
Myers.
a goddamn 7-inch blade, bro.
Oh,
That's a
dude.
7-inch blade.
So he sticks it right,
Right,
there.
boom,
with
there's
with
the knife. Look at the goddamn length of that blade, Jay.
So he sticks it right there with the spear, grabs it. Now he's mounted the pig.
He
grabs
has mounted
it,
the pig.
He grabs it behind the neck. Here comes the Bowie knife. Go! Jesus.
Oh my God.
Let's look at the face. Pause it.
Yo, what are you looking for, dude?
Now I don't know if we can show everybody this video because of the copyright thing
Maybe
and
we
YouTube.
can.
But I will definitely, Dave, definitely fucking show the people at home
This
that
fucking image.
picture right there.
I feel drained after watching this.
Matter
I
of
feel like
fact-
it just took some life
Yo,
from
it
you.
took a
Look
little
at him
out of me.
looking around
Dude.
like an insane
Yo,
person.
we got to use this as our thumbnail this
Who
week.
the fuck is he looking for?
He's looking for a next victim.
Holy
He's looking to
shit.
He's looking
Pull
to
it back
kill.
to the moment of the stab.
He's looking to kill again.
I want to hear that blurg again. He goes, he doesn't go rar. He goes, blah. Pull it back, pull
Let's
it back.
go back.
A good while. Because it's a fast video to get there. Here we go.
Here it comes.
Listen
Here we
for
go.
it, listen for it.
Shh, here we go.
Oh my God!
He said,
Oh!
he did this. Wait. He killed him and went, oh,
Yo,
God.
he is bonered up too. I know that dude's rock hard in his
yeah.
trousers right now. That
Dude,
motherfucker.
He's getting back on it.
If you're the pig,
Holy shit.
you're telling your other pig friends, like, hey, today should be a pretty good day. I think I'm going to go for a
Weather's
walk,
nice.
guys.
Weather's nice.
I'll see you guys in a couple hours.
I know a good grazing spot, and he's gonna fucking butcher it right here. Yo, Discovery Channel. Fucking chill, daddy. This is so intense, man. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
there's no
That
fucking
took some.
reason. You're right, that is a big bore over his shoulders.
Yo,
it
that
looks
took
big.
a lot out of me,
Please
I'm
do
not
me a
gonna
favor,
lie.
pull it. Okay, never mind.
No, let's move.
Oh my God. But yeah, dude, so that was
I told you guys about that.
Well,
He
I was-
even thrust it into the pig a little bit.
Yeah, with his pelvis.
Yeah, once he hit him with the knife in the back of the neck to cut through the spine.
Yeah, and then he sits up and he looks around to see who the fuck else
intense.
is coming, bro.
Yo, I watched the behind the scenes of that scene.
Yeah.
and the
Everybody was
producers
disturbed.
were talking about it.
Yeah.
and they were like, it was the most brutal thing they've ever seen,
Yeah.
ever in their life. They were like, it was so guttural and just like, just primal. They were
Yeah.
like everybody.
it
I
spikes
think
my
on set.
adrenaline. I feel a little winded.
I
Where do-
feel
where do
a
we
little-
go from
yeah.
here?
Everybody on
cut
set
it.
felt that their adrenaline
cut it.
rose.
It's a wrap.
They
guy.
all went and had gay sex after.
Yeah,
you know?
with him.
Bathed in the pig's blood. No big deal.
Well, this is the same guy,
Like
right, Jay?
paganism, just
Jay, isn't this is the guy that was threatening Cody, right? He was like threatening to kill Cody.
Yes, and the reason if you're Cody, you would take that like serious.
Yeah, no grains
He's
of
like-
salt. You fucking 100%
Let
buy
me
that
just
shit.
let me revert you guys back to season 6,
Yeah.
episode 3, where I murder a fucking boar.
Fucking spear it with a 12-inch spearhead and then pull out my 7-inch Bowie knife.
If
and
you're if you're Cody Lundeen, you're like, this guy's gonna fucking
yeah,
kill me.
I mean, Cody doesn't even have shoes on, dude. There's no way you're getting away from him. The guy's got a spear arm. I'm sure
Dude,
he could chuck the bad boy pretty
that
fucking
gave me
far.
a mild headache.
Dude, that was a lot. But I didn't know, Jay, when you talked about it, like I envisioned it in my mind, like
Yeah.
what you were probably
I
talking
tried
about.
setting the picture properly.
Well, I went to one of my buddies at work and I was like, "Oh yeah, on my show we talked about Dual Survivor."
Yeah.
And Jay was like, "Yeah, there's a scene where he stabs a boar." And the dude goes, "Oh yeah, there is. Oh yeah, I've fucking seen it. Hold on, give me a second, I'll pull it up right now."
Masturbated to it.
Dude, I was floored with how
told
violent
you.
that was. I don't think the blurg was necessary. Also, the stabbing of the boar.
The
you're not-
looking around. The,
all of it was fucking really
wait,
weird, dude.
guys. Here's the thing.
That guy
though.
needs to go to prison.
Here's the thing. Let me let you guys
Yeah.
in on another little piece.
Yeah.
That was not the only fucking pig that he killed. That
On the show?
he killed another one.
No, he didn't.
This time,
By the end of the day.
So what
The
happened
same
is
day.
We
they
need to feed
replaced-
again.
It's babies.
he went and murdered its entire lineage.
Fucking found its fucking litter of babies. Whoa! Whoa!
Not even
stabbing
on
fucking
camera.
He's just murdering piglets.
looking around, shaking him and shit. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's got a fucking a necklace of pig ears.
Just pig heads, little baby pig skulls. Jesus
So, dude,
Christ.
wait a second. So, there's another season. So, Cody leaves because this guy's threatening to kill him like a pig.
I'll cut your fucking feet off, Cody. Put some shoes.
So he goes like this. So he leaves. Another hippie comes in, right? So this hippie.
They replaced Cody with another hippie?
This hippie is like legit. So he's got this thing. I forgot what it's called. It's called like some kind of spear that has a stick, and then you throw it. It's got a certain name, but so he's got that, right? And they go hunting, and then they get this pig. Yeah. He sees this pig down by the river. Yeah. So the one guy's like, "I got this one."
But then Joe Teti gets PTSD.
Oh wait, let me tell you. So he's got this ladle. I think it's called a something ladle.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
spear ladle, something.
Yeah.
So he lets this ladle go.
Yeah.
The pig is it's a smaller pig than that one.
It's a launchable spear.
Yeah, it's a launchable spear. It's got like a wooden thing. It's like a axe ladle or something. Ladle. Some weird shit.
Adaladle. It might be it.
Adaladle.
I know.
Something
I do
like
think that might be it.
Either way, that's a fun word. And then so he hits this thing with the spear, right? And it gets him like perfectly right there in the lungs.
Boom.
So then the pig is like, wee, and then he goes into the water, right? Because it's by a waterfall.
And the hippie goes, now if you just let him go, he's just going to expire on his own.
Dude, you've never seen it, but you are describing it to a T. So he goes like this. So it's all about like a clean, non-suffering death.
That's right. Yes,
bro. It goes into the water. It's like wee, and you could start hearing it winding down. Yeah. So here comes Joe Teti out of the bush,
from 40 feet behind him in a full sprint,
just making his way through the bush. And here goes
he goes
running into the water. He goes running into the water like fucking Rocky and Apollo in the beach scene.
Yes.
He goes in there and the guy yells to him. He goes,
"Chill,
Joe,
Daddy,
Joe,
chill.
let him die. Chill, Daddy." So he goes, "Joe, it's a clean kill. Let him die mercifully."
Mercifully. Yeah.
And here comes Joe.
No!
Here comes that fucking... He's got his own spear. Now, I don't even remember him making one. This is a short spear.
He's like, he
gets into the water, and he just... He sticks it fucking twice, yo. And I think, not too sure, but I'm almost positive he grabbed him behind the neck and started drowning him.
Oh my God, bro.
You gotta make sure.
Whatever. He's like, Joe, no!
Jesus Christ. What the fuck's this guy's name? Joe Teti?
Joe, the pig destroyer Teti.
Can you do me a favor? Can you type in Joe Teti? I just want to see what it's Teti. Teti. I would like to see what that guy. There he is, dual survivor, the real Joe Teti.
Pretty weak, only 3,000 followers.
Yeah, well, because people are like, no fucking thanks.
Wait, did you say this guy's a fake?
Yeah, he is. I wonder if people are saying
that sandals are made of rubber and when burnt, they burn black.
Yo,
I don't know what the fuck.
Go down and see if anybody hits his comments with like, you fucking false valor piece of shit.
Yeah. So click on that image that you were just on and go to the comments on that.
Yeah.
I would love to see if somebody's like stolen valor. Also,
there's only 10 comments. We get. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that Joe Teti is not.
He's here.
He's not somebody who stole valor.
He's here.
He's an American hero, and he needed to kill that boar, and
he didn't cut us off.
And he didn't cut us off.
He didn't cut our feet.
And we're not afraid of him. But don't say anything about stolen valor and Joe Teti in the same sentence, and unless you're saying he definitely didn't. Okay,
Joe Teti, the boogeyman.
The boogeyman. All right, so let's continue. And again, before we go on, I think he's great. So,
Joe, please don't cut the feet again.
Joe, please don't cut the feet.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe.
So anyway, Halloween's coming. Isn't that nice?
Halloween's right around the corner,
Speaking of spooky things and terrifying people, Halloween's coming.
Yeah.
And I do think that this time we're going to get you to dress up. I was very disappointed
I
last
know
year.
exactly what I'm going as.
Well, we have
You
to
do?
because,
Already?
I'm gonna get a deep.
Wait, do you
cut.
want to make it a no? Tell us. Go ahead.
No,
tell us.
I'm gonna have a deep cut shirt.
Yeah,
right?
like a deep V.
Short sleeves.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Harley Davidson shirt.
Okay, wait.
And
a
I'm gonna
second.
have a camouflage hat.
Yeah, and maybe
and a big knife.
spear.
and that big knife behind
Yeah,
you.
I was thinking about dressing up like a boar.
Dude, can we be Joe Teti and Cody
and
Cody
the boar
Lundin?
for fucking.
No.
Oh! Yo, I would love
You
to
walk
do
around
Cody.
barefoot?
Yeah, I'll get a blonde wig. Absolutely.
The
Now,
only time that you're not going to have to wear sneakers on the DJVW.
I think we might still get
being Cody Lundin.
a little bit of blowback from the old Teti from
Oh
that one.
God, I can't believe that.
But it is spooky season. Have you been, doing any kind of movies or anything like that?
Oh,
I know
dude,
you said Halloween.
I've been ripping horror movies.
Yeah.
I watch like Halloween. Halloween is just one of those classic movies that never gets old for
Yeah.
me, and I could just see it like all the time.
Yeah.
Have
So
you watched
I've
the
watched
recent one?
Halloween. Like honestly,
I just saw the first one last night.
I just saw it 3 times in the last week.
It's the kind of movie you put on, you just go do your
Background
shit,
noise.
come back, sit down, watch
Dude,
it.
it's great. You could fall asleep to it.
Yeah.
You could watch it in the afternoon as your midday movie.
Yeah.
It's Michael Myers is hands down my favorite.
Mine too.
My favorite.
Can I say
fucking
something?
horror movie person.
I saw somebody on my Facebook talking about how, in hindsight, they think that because we were talking about movies you could put on in the background in October.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas, one of those movies. I just put it on. It's on repeat
Yeah.
in the background. I don't think about it. I
Yeah,
just listen to it.
Sure.
Some fucking girl is going off about how the movie's just not
Yeah.
as good as she remembers it being. Okay, fine. Everybody's got their opinions. Some fucking bitch
Yeah,
in the
okay.
comment section, and excuse my language, this fucking bitch.
Easy. I heard
Okay.
she's Joe Teti's cousin.
Okay, all right. So this
Better watch
lovely
your mouth.
lady,
Easy.
this lovely American red-blooded woman,
Cut the feet again.
she comments. She goes, "Well, what I realize is
Yeah.
that Nightmare Before Christmas is just a movie about
Yeah.
the patriarchy
You're
and a man
goddamn
filled
right.
with toxic masculinity,
Yep.
culturally appropriating another holiday and making
not
it his own."
one black guy in the movie.
That's right. And I wanted to go. and
Actually, wait.
Oogie Boogie was
The
black,
Oogie
right?
Boogie guy is
Yeah, he was-
arguably a black dude.
he was clearly black.
Obviously.
I'm the
Obvious.
With them
boogeyman.
pipes? Come on now.
Jack Skellington is Jewish.
Yeah, he is. You can tell by the nose. So basically, what I wanted to say was, you fucking bitch, you shut your dirty whore mouth. I didn't say that, but I mean, we're literally dropping these elongated comments. It's a claymation, bitch. It's a fucking claymation. They're Play-Doh
Dave,
characters.
You're swearing a little bit more than
I'm
I'd
sorry.
like.
You're right. I just get a little bit.
You're smarter than that.
Yeah,
okay?
you're right.
What is up with all that Jim and Gary fuck you,
Whoa,
fuck
whoa,
bitch?
whoa,
Yeah,
jeez,
come
dude,
on.
chill.
I'm just saying.
Can you chill? I don't know what I don't know if I crossed
Daddy,
the line or
chill.
something. You're getting carried with Teddy. Chill.
I'm just saying. Look, you could put something together more articulate. Let's hear it.
I'm just saying, man. I think it's a fantastic movie. It's
Okay.
a classic. It definitely is, to me, the most iconic Halloween film. I even put it around Christmas time because it's also a Christmas
I'll
movie.
throw here's a little wrench into
Yes.
that. It is arguably a Christmas movie, Dave.
Yeah. I'll watch it on both seasons.
I do watch it
Where
for
are the
Halloween.
Thanksgiving movies?
And you got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
No,
You've never heard of that,
No,
huh?
I watched it recently. That and
It's
Blazing
a-
Saddles I watched recently. and I
Blazing
went,
Saddles, not a Thanksgiving
I thought
movie.
they were but they're both Mel Brooks movies, right? Or not Mel
How
Brooks.
about is Dutch a Thanksgiving movie?
Dutch is a great
That's a
movie.
good
I'm
one.
not even aware of that
He's
as a
like,
film.
I know you know me. What the hell you beat me up for, dude? When he shoots him and shit, and he karate kicks his ass.
What is that? Dutch?
Dude, it's
That's a
got Paul
classic.
O'Neill, right? Is that
Yeah,
his name?
yeah,
Paul
the dude from
or
Al Bundy. From,
it's something
Married
O'Neill.
Children.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one with Jimmy Palumbo.
Nah, he's never
Nah, he's
co-starred
not in
next
that
to
one?
Jimmy
Are you
Palumbo.
sure, dude?
Come on
Positive.
now.
Are you sure?
I'll tell you what, Ted Bundy, black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. He is.
I don't know if I would have been so quick to go, I got the guy from Married with Children.
No, are you kidding me?
He's a black belt in
That is a
jiu-jitsu.
cultural icon.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? They showed you that you could be a white,
Oh, wait,
trash,
hold on.
dysfunctioning family and still
Is
love
that-
each other.
What is that fucking picture
don't
down
know.
there?
Black Dutch.
Yo, what is up with that?
Yeah, look, well, they're
No,
remaking
no, no.
everything.
Okay, so wait, we
with the
have
blacks.
Dutch, the movie with the white guy, and then we
Yes.
have the black movie called
Dutch.
Dutch as well.
Is that
Why
about
does
it?
everything go back to racism in this show?
Well, you know what they're
Is there-
rebooting?
can we just
Have you seen they're rebooting the Wonder Years?
all in black?
For
Huh?
black
all
family,
black.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
And I just can't imagine it's going to be as Mormon friendly. It's probably going to be super dark
Dude.
and super racist. And if they pretend that it's not, then it's a fucking lie. Because when
It's
does the
just-
Wonder Years take place? It's like in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, when,
Not a
Art-
good time to be black.
Not the greatest
Not
time.
the greatest time to
Wait,
be a
are they
young
doing
black
it
boy.
a period piece where they're in the 70s?
Yeah, well, it's definitely older. Okay, here we go. So here's the image. Don
Okay.
Cheadle.
Okay.
So that looks very much like the 70s, right?
It's going to be
or
like,
60s.
well, hey, Kevin, how was your day? Not too good. I got hit with a fire hose and a German Shepherd
Yeah,
attack.
let me tell you something. In the original Wonder
Years.
Years, you know why I love the original Wonder Years? You know why?
With a little help.
The reason I love now that is one of the reasons. That is one of the reasons. The other reason I love the Wonder Years is because nobody ever got lynched. Now, in the new Wonder Years, I have a feeling that we're going to see some dark shit. We have it's a great image.
They kept the bike.
They kept the bike.
They kept the bike with the chopper handlebars there.
Something
Was Fred
tells me-
Savage and Freddie Savage.
Yeah,
Dude. Yo, they're going to be like this. I guarantee you it's going to be set in Detroit before the factories went under.
No, dude.
And then he's going to tell his
dark.
wife, I was just a good day at the plant, honey.
That's all.
Ain't nothing bad ever going to happen in Detroit.
Molotov through the window.
This place is the new upcoming city.
That's right, it is. Nothing's ever going to take down Detroit. Yeah, I don't know. They're doing a lot of spins. It's like they can't seem to, and I don't blame them because I do think we're in the era of it is very hard to make anything original.
But why do a racial flip spin? Like, why would you do that? That's like doing a Married with Children with the blacks. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, I think because
I'll tell you what, if that's the Married with
Now
Children,
wait a second, dude.
we guarantee that
That movie would be called Single with Children, and that's not. No, sorry, I take it
got
back.
it.
I take it back.
I was gonna say that Al would have definitely hit his wife.
Yeah, definitely. That would have been the beginning, the first episode, and then they would have changed the name to Single with Children. Yeah, man. I think it's two things. One is you can't make anything original anymore because everything's been done.
Everything is recycled.
And if you want to recycle something, you've got to get Dog the Bounty Hunter's racist.
yeah, please.
ass.
You're doing it again.
They're
Marco.
doing it again, and I can't. I'm enamored by his face. I want to look. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna order that. Thank you.
Obviously.
And if you want to remake something, then you have to do something that's going to gain traction. You want articles to be written. You want tweets to be twat.
Yep.
And you know, you make them black. You make them black. It's the same thing that they did with Ghostbusters when they made it an all-female cast, and apparently it was trash.
And
Did
that
anyone watch
did
that?
really bad. The
Did
new
really
one
bad.
looks good. The new Ghostbusters, I saw it in the movie
actually looks
theaters.
cool.
It looks great. But that one they did all-female cast, it just
Took a dump.
it was just bad.
Yeah, it was just not a good film.
Don't force stuff on people.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I hate when they try to force. Here, we have everybody in this.
Yeah.
We have a trans, an Asian, a black,
Yes,
a
yes.
sassy.
So fat bitch.
Yeah, a fat chick. Yeah, a
Fucking
fat bitch.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
for
hate
sure,
when
dude.
they try to force that shit down your throat. It's
Yeah.
like, look, dude, you can have black films, you could have white films,
Yeah.
you know. You don't have to have every fucking, like, it doesn't have to be a movie of like a League of Nations.
Every single thing, even goblins are fucking represented. Everybody needs to be
It's like,
represented.
look, dude, everybody could have their own movies too, you know? It
Yeah.
doesn't, because honestly, in the real world,
Yeah.
we don't all really live together like that.
That's
We're
true.
like, Kevin's not going to know an Indian kid,
That's
a
right.
fucking Asian kid.
And that's the way it
part
should
of
be.
Asia, and he's not
Whites
going to
should
know
fuck
a white.
whites, and blacks should fuck blacks, and Asians should fuck.
That's
Can we
obviously
cut
what
that?
I'm getting
That's
at.
what we're getting at.
Stick with
All
their
right,
own
stick with
guys.
your races. I don't know, man. It is a.
No, it's just that, like, look, in the real world, you know, if Kevin lived wherever he lived,
Yeah.
honestly, the Wonder Years is probably even more accurate because there was like a couple black kids, there
Sure.
was like a few like, you know, Asian kids in the school.
Right.
You know,
Can I
think
spoiler
there
it
might
for
even
you?
been one Mexican.
I'm gonna spoil because I read the synopsis. I
Let's hear
read the script for the last episode. You want to know what happens on the last episode? Kevin gets
Oh.
shot. The police shoot him in the streets.
I don't
Are you
remember-
serious?
No, guys, what
No,
the fuck,
Jesus
man?
I do not remember that ending.
Everybody believed it though. They're like, "Whoa, I could see that going that way."
I
That's
mean,
for
yeah,
sure.
when you told me that, I was like,
Kevin got fucking shot.
I was
dude.
like, that would have been a great.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you did that, that
I
would
would
have been
love to go
heavy.
back and watch that
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
but what if the police officer that shot him
yeah.
was Kevin from the original Wonder
Oh
Years?
my God, Frank Savage!
What are we
He's
doing?
like, get out of my neighborhood.
What are we
How are you
doing?
so
Why-
old? I don't understand.
Why are we not writing scripts?
We should be
It's
writing.
so
That
easy.
would have been such
We're
a
just
good
busy wage slaving away, dude.
That
It's
would have
just-
been
that's
a
all it
great
is.
little fucking Tarantino thing at the
What
end.
a twist! Just a little
I know.
M Night Shyamalan for you.
Shamalam.
Can we get, because we don't have a lot of time now, because
Yeah,
you
we
have
are.
some.
Yeah.
So I think we
With
had
them damn Joe Teti technical difficulties.
Yeah,
we
with
got
Joe Teti.
25 minutes first, and now we're at 10 minutes. So we probably have another 20 minutes.
I don't know.
probably
Well, he's got a
25.
hard out at 12:05, right?
Yeah, I got a thing,
It's
guys. I got a
12:05. You're
thing I
making
got to
up
do.
time. It's
I got to
one.
meet a man about a
Or
horse.
105. Okay, so let's get this cracking. I do want to talk about probably the last two things, which are the Tyson Wilder thing and the Ariel and Schwab thing.
We would be not doing our jobs if we did not discuss Brendan Schaub and Ariel Helwani
Of
having
course.
a fucking war right
Beef
now.
yeah.
on beefs.
Now, before we lay it out, I would like to know: can we have a round of a vote All right, hands up in the air. Are you team Ariel?
A team? I'll call it by round. There was a fucking...
No, I'm talking about raise your hand. It's a vote. It's a democracy, goddammit.
I will say...
Team Ariel.
Team Ariel.
I am leaning
and it's not
towards
because
Team Ariel.
I'm not like it's not that I'm a biggest Shot fan. Actually, he was like a real kind of inspiration
for sure.
why we started doing this show.
Yeah, exactly.
But what
Ariel gunned on my man Brian Callen. I didn't like that. I said Brian's just a cuck. Leave him alone.
That's true.
It
He's
is.
just a rapist. Leave him alone.
That's
so
all.
that's
just a rapist.
He didn't mention that.
That's true. He didn't mention that.
And if he really wanted to fire some shots.
Ooh, so lay it out. Can you lay it out for us a little bit, just so people know what we're talking about?
I'm not crazy familiar because I only saw the couple things you guys
Ariel
sent me.
Helwani is...
Brendan Schaub kind of started the fight, though, right?
Did he really?
With what he said? Hey, Marco, he started the fight with what he said, right? You're a little bit more knowledgeable about this.
They've been going back and forth apparently for over like a month or so.
Yeah, but who fired the first shot?
Pretty sure it's Brendan because they're talking about something with fighting, and he pointed out that Ariel's sensitive and shit.
Well, I know that Bloody Elbow did a piece where they wrote...
It was like a hit piece on Joe Rogan.
Why UFC doesn't need Joe Rogan anymore. Because when he went on that hunting trip and he missed UFC like 260-something... They were like, fine. Why the UFC doesn't need Joe Rogan. But literally, they wrote an article almost a month later, why the UFC, why is Joe Rogan such an important part of the UFC? It's like, dude.
So you're just writing things to stir the pot.
In Brendan's defense, he said that was very clickbaity what they did. Mm-hmm. He said, like, look, you're saying we don't need him, and then you guys write another piece almost 4 weeks later on why
I would
need
agree
him.
with that being
and
kind of
Brendan was
clickbaity.
kind of right, but he also lumped himself into a category with guys like Joe Rogan and stuff where he said, you guys need us to be out there telling the truth, that you journalists are all clickbait journalists and stuff like that. Yeah. And he really didn't give them any respect.
It sounds kind of like a thing of blanket statements. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like two people speaking in too wide of generalities about each other.
Yeah.
Right? Because... obviously, Brendan can be kind of a goof, but I think what he did in the early days of The Fighter and the Kid when he went to war with Dana and he put everything on blast about what the fighters get paid and how they don't get paid enough, there's a lot of fighters that probably would argue that Brendan is the catalyst or at least a functioning part of why they're making more money now or doing better gradually.
For sure. And the thing is with Brendan, he's been a pretty big ambassador for the sport.
Yeah.
But... that thing that he had out with Ariel Helwani when he starts telling him, like, you were fired from your job and this, and that.
Which is not accurate.
Not completely. And then...
Well, yeah, Ariel kind of flexed that. He was like, check the fucking contracts, dog. But the UFC squashed those contracts and basically offered him more.
No, that happened first time around. He got fired. He defended himself by saying he only lost one job, and that was Fox, and that was all Dana White.
Yeah.
Because they've been beefing forever.
And then Ariel went back at him and said, you want to talk about a guy losing his jobs? You got Showtime didn't want you.
Yeah.
He's like, how's Showtime going? How's Fox going?
How did football go?
Yeah.
How did fighting go?
How did fighting go? I mean,
go?
he really cut to the core of him with what he said.
By just flat out calling him a phony.
I mean, dude, you might as well have said, how's your wife's fake ass going?
Yeah,
I mean, dude.
Yeah, he went pretty hard in the paint.
Apparently really good because she's a smoke show.
Yeah,
sure
she's gorgeous.
But I'll tell you one thing, though. When Rogan starts saying like that he doesn't like fake asses and they look like diapers, watch Brendan's reaction. We're like, I don't know. Some of them are good. Some of them are good. His wife
I know at least one. I know at least one that's real nice.
I know of one that's pretty good.
When Ariel says these things about how was football, how was stand-up, how was podcasting, in a way, yes, and in a way, no. Those are also the things that made him sort of a household name if you're familiar with MMA in the community at all. So to say that he wasn't successful in those things, maybe individually, if you look at them on their own, he wasn't completely successful. He didn't reach the top at the top. But all these things are a functioning part of his career as a whole. And I would argue that Brendan Schaub is probably doing pretty well.
I imagine he's doing pretty good. He has built somewhat of he's built a pretty big, what the fuck is the word I want to use?
Like a fan base?
Not just a fan base, but he's kind of constructed like a thing, with like, not the Fighter and the Kid anymore. It's called
Fighter and the Kids.
It's Calabasas Fight Club.
Yeah, so there's
and then
Calabasas
he's got
Fight Club,
King and the Sting.
Below the Belt.
He's got Below the Belt.
Fast Food.
He's
or what
built
is it?
A little
Food Truck Diaries.
Food Truck Diaries.
Yeah.
So he has built this
channel almost. This
it's
whole
the
thing.
Channel. Yeah, it the channel. He's built his brand.
Yes, yeah.
And pulling in like all this and that, and he's made a little a thing for himself. Whereas like a guy like Joe Rogan, he doesn't need to have this or that or have this. It's just the Joe Rogan experience.
Yes, yeah.
Where a guy like Schaub wanted to build an empire. There you go.
But in a lot of ways,
he's building his empire, doing this, doing that, pulling from here, pulling from there. Trying to build the empire of Schaub. But
so if we're Ariel, are we pretending that hasn't been somewhat of a successful endeavor?
Ariel was kind of dismissing it like everything that you do is the reason you have people on your food truck diaries because you pay them, and why you tell them you could parlay this show you could be on this show if you do this show for me. He's kind of like taking away all the hard work that Brendan has done to build. The Brendan Schaub empire, with Fighter and the Kid and Below the Belt, King of the Stage.
In his defense, though, he's the one that came at his credentials first. He said, I don't need 12 people on your show.
Well, and then Ariel's response to that was, I don't either. Be like, it's the worst segment we have is when I have all the fighters
just does it
on.
He loves it.
He does it because he loves it and he appreciates the fighters and everything. Also, not for nothing, but being a MMA journalist has to be hard. Because you probably don't get the respect of like that of
that's
like a boxing.
Thing Brendan said. Brendan's like, you guys, these guys who talk about fighting have never walked through the fire. He's like, I've been through the fire.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about.
And then Helwani was like, and how far did you go? And how did that go?
Well, speaking of that, can I read this quote? Helwani, this is from his big drop on his podcast. About
here we go.
He goes,
and I quote,
college football, how'd that go? How'd NFL go? How did fighting go? How did comedy go? How did podcasting go? How did TV go? Did you achieve your goals? Did you realize your dreams? Did you make it to the top? Was your claim to fame being told that your friend that it's time to move on? I mean,
another thing too. Helwani has been bullied his whole career. He's never
he's a defensive dude.
He's never had the opportunity to say
fire
what he
back
because he's always under someone's own umbrella.
Yes, that's true. Yeah,
and then Schaub kind of hit him with the checkmate of life, where it's like, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah,
that's how he resort to because Ariana, my sister,
Ariana Grande said, "Fuck you, Schaub."
Ariel verbally demolished him piece by piece.
Absolutely.
But can we be honest? Because I'm looking at this quote: college football, how did it go? Well, he got to the NFL. NFL, how did it go? Well, he segued that into a fighting career.
He parlayed that into a fighting career.
Yeah, he played for the who? The Bronx?
He didn't play. He got on the practice squad.
Okay, so still,
but still,
man.
How did comedy go?
Dude, he always talks about it in the past, his past too. All that was hard work. All that to try to get a walk on an NFL. That's a grind,
dude.
He's always grinding.
When Ariel Helwani said all these things about him, college football,
he
was a legit college football player, enough to get on the practice squad of an NFL team. A handful of guys every year get to do.
Seriously,
right? It's like you're really dismissing
it's
everything that he's done. And if I was Schaub, I would be very upset about you. It's like somebody
diminishing it.
Like
imagine
somebody was like, how's fatherhood going? How's and you're like, I'm pretty good. I was, you're taking away everything. How's fabricating?
Well, how's this one?
Pretty good.
I love this one. How did podcasting go? I'm sorry. Do you mean the Fighter and the Kid, one of the best podcasts for the longest amount of time?
He went on to say he's like I don't need people. I don't need to pay for downloads and views for my.
Yeah, he did allude that he's paying.
He's
for
like, I don't need to combine nights.
I don't know
for my stand up.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't know the intricacies of how his downloads work or anything, but
Ariel
still,
seems to know.
He's very popular. Yeah, Ariel does know. He knows about things like getting paid on the side, things that the regular viewer is not
aware of,
informed of, or
a
part of any of those kind of deals. I mean, once again, you're really taking away from all the hard work this guy did, all the fucking grind and workouts and all this to get to college football and to get to the NFL practice squad and to get to having a little empire of podcasting where you're on very successful shows and also at the same time produce very successful shows and with a big following on like Instagram and everything, and for fucking Helwani to come in and just dismiss all of that like it's nothing. I mean, of course he's gonna retaliate with the I'll beat you the fuck up and you would never say this to me in my face.
They both did the same thing to each other. They both dismissed each other's credentials, and in a way they're both kind of the same. They're both not really fully respected, and people claim
I think they should probably
be they're kind of
what I do disagree with though, Marco, is the way that he apologized several times and then never met up in person. He apologized through text message to Ariel.
He'll talk shit and then text him. My bad.
That's kind of whack. I think that's whack.
But apparently, through text, Brendan said he'll apologize on the next episode.
Yeah, he even apologized on air, and he never
kept
did.
going.
Yeah,
he didn't say anything for a while, and then he came back and started talking smack.
That's a little gross.
Look, with everything that Ariel said, I doubt that Schaub's just going to be able to let bygones be bygones with that. Once again, you dismissed everything that this guy has done, which is very impressive.
Yeah.
And for you to just all of that, I would be upset too, and I would retaliate with something harsh.
For sure.
Too bad he wasn't smart
I would
enough
say
to come back with anything smart.
He's just not that smart.
I know you have a hard out, so I think we'll skip the Tyson thing. But I do want to say before we depart from this, in regards once again to the podcasting thing, how did podcasting go? It's like we can all acknowledge that the fighter and the kid has tapered off, and it's not what it used to be. But for a moment,
it doesn't feel like that.
It doesn't feel like it, right?
Like this emptiness.
But for a moment in time, it was one of the greatest podcasts that you could listen to. So the idea that we expect, even Rogan's going to have a decline, the best podcasts are always going to be the best. Yeah. No, you reach the top of the mountain and you don't stay there forever. It's just like a champion in the UFC. You're going to get fucking dinged eventually unless you retire. And they didn't retire. They kept going. And so it took a little bit of an L. But you can't take away from what the fighter and the kid was. And it certainly was better than any show that Ariel's doing.
I could definitely see Schaub trying to fill the shoes or the void that Rogan's going to leave behind. You could almost see him grooming him for that.
Yeah.
Like he wants to leave it to Schaub, like the experience.
I just think they're too different, man.
I just don't think it's going to hit the same. I don't think he's... sad to say, I don't think he's intelligent enough or articulate enough to sit down with some of these guests that Rogan have and have the conversations of substance that Rogan has. And it's not just all dick and fart jokes. Yeah. And you could be serious and articulate and express yourself, intelligently to another person who is very intelligent.
I think that Rogan has this knack for asking the right questions and just, he's good verbally. I think Brendan, he's not as articulate, but they're different. And the fighter and the kid at its height gave me boners, bro. I love that show.
It was inspiring because it literally it made me want to do this. It made me want to have my Brian Callen.
Yes,
this guy over here, and I wanted that, man. I wanted to have that fun.
That's how good it was.
Light, charismatic, just good. When we started the show, a big part of it was because I kind of saw the decline of fighter and the kid almost. It was kind of like I don't. We
talked about that a lot.
I remember it hitting differently.
Yes,
and honestly, since they left, I don't know what Abbott Kenny, right? It's just been kind of
ever since all the politics and all the things and Trump and COVID and this and that. That's what
and Brian with the thing
and the allegations and shit.
I think it changed. I feel like they almost. The show's direction now is almost like Brendan's the ringleader.
Yes,
and
which is not good.
I don't like it.
I think him and Brian were even, and they checked each other, and they humbled each other, and it was good.
I think what it is just because you're the alpha male, doesn't mean that you should lead those shows.
Agreed.
And I think
that's a great point. I think
a guy like Callen was a better lead in those shows.
He was a better dance partner.
Yes. I need you to let him lead.
Yes.
And then Schaub, you do what you do and let him
agree.
lead and then you do what you do. But now it very much seems like Schaub is leading the dance and Callen is just kind of there.
2 left feet.
Almost like it's like, hey, I brought you back in.
And what's another thing?
You left. You got taken out, and now
on my turf.
This is what I created, and I brought you back into it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, even the King and the Sting. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they had a change now. Now Eric Griffin is the co-host.
Is he really?
Theo pops in. He's there often, but not every episode.
Well, Griffin is there a lot more.
To that,
now.
I say, all things move on. It is what it is. But after hashing this whole thing out, I think I'm Team Brendan. I don't agree with everything he does, but I don't think that he is necessarily a bad dude. I think his work ethic is tight. I think you can't take away from what the fighter and the kid was. And I think Ariel and him probably should be fucking homies.
I'm going to flip-flop. I'm going to say I'm Team Brendan. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Ariel.
That's right, dude. I think they should be homies, though. I think Ariel's fantastic.
I'm going to keep it riding for my boy. I'm Team Ariel.
Team Ariel?
Stay
fired.
He beat him. My bad. But he even pulled up the fucking Reddit page.
All you have to do
the Reddit page is a killer.
Stay in your respective lanes, okay?
Yeah.
And honestly, bringing up that Reddit page, what do you got?
Come on.
Another I could do this for another.
Go ahead.
That Reddit page of
brutal.
all the hate on Brendan Schaub.
Oh
dude,
my God.
There's thousands of people that just make fun of him. Now Ariel
It's
said,
fans, though, dude. It's
Ariel
fans.
said that it's like your own people have turned
He's
against you.
right,
and
dude.
that's
That is
gotta
true.
sting.
God, that is a
Threw
big.
bombs
That's
at
a
the
very
boy.
valid point.
You don't even need to fucking touch
That's
him.
that's got a king and the sting. All right, that's it. That's how we're leaving it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this was episode 63 of DJVW. We're sorry for the technical difficulties.
We apologize to Joe Teti.
We apologize to Joe Teti.
We're so sorry.
He cut our feed, not our fault.
Oh, don't tell them that, dude.
Anyway,
Bro, we weren't recording the whole time.
we gave you guys the best.
Shut up, bro. He's fucking lying over there, bro. Oh
Look,
my God.
we gave you guys the best that we could, man. Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. They are the bane of our existence, and we'll try to tighten it up and figure it out for you guys for next week. But we hope you enjoyed. I'm Jay. He's Dave. There's Marco, and we're out.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Dave and Jay first up the world.